All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call I'm La, Aina, Yahawashi, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Hawakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who want to teach well, and hearty Shalom to the elect. All right, your brother Karada comes back with another quick lesson. All right, this is something that we all should know. And we all should know and believe that the Lord Yahawashi is coming back, okay? Excuse me, Salakia. And the Lord, when he comes back, he's coming back to bring forth judgment, okay? And the Lord's judgment is going to be upon the other nations, okay, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel and on 2/3 of his people, okay, because they are the Lord's enemies, because they, in some instances, have heard this truth and rejected it. Also, they were just born to be wicked, or born to be, their lot was for them just to be 2/3, you know? And 2/3 of the Lord's people are going to die by horrible deaths, okay? But to get straight into it, this is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. This is in the NLT. It says, "Who is this who comes from Edom, from the city of Basra, who with his clothing stained red? Who is this in royal robes, marching in his great strength? It is I, Yahweh, announcing your salvation. It is I, Yahweh, who has the power to save." All right, we know directly Yahawashi is coming to get us. All right, but all these things that are happening is ordained by Yahweh. Okay, all right. So it says here, "Why are your clothes so red, as if you've been treading out grapes?" Verse 3, it says, "I have been treading the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In my anger, I have trampled my enemies as if they were grapes. In my fury, I have trampled my foes. Their blood has stained my clothes." So this is telling you that the Lord is coming. When he comes, he's bringing forth wrath. He's bringing forth violence. He's bringing forth pain. Okay? We're going to get this in some more scriptures as well. It says, "For the time has come for me to avenge my people." Who is the Lord's people? All right? You so-called New Latinos and Native American Indians, you Israelites, okay? It doesn't say avenge everybody, all right? The Lord's coming to avenge his people, to ransom them from their oppressors. And who is your oppressor currently? These other nations. You got Edom. I was looking at this video about something that happened in the 90s where this I'm gonna say Asian individual, because I don't know if it was a Japanese or a Chinese individual. They owned a corner store in Los Angeles, and she shot the little girl in the back of the head over some orange juice, and the girl had money to pay for it, right? Saw the whole video. The lady just shot the little kid in the back of her head. Ultimately, that was judgment, but that was just a form of oppression, okay, against a so-called young black woman. All right. When I say so-called, I mean black. All right, because she's not black. All right. But they are oppressing the Ammonites and the Moabites. They oppress you. The Elamites, the Edomites. Okay. All these other nations are oppressing you, you so-called black and brown people. Even the black and brown people are oppressing themselves. Okay. With the hands of the other nations. All right. But that's why 2/3 of our people are going to be put to death by the Lord in some way, shape, form, or fashion, along with their oppressors. Okay, the scriptures say, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished." All right, that applies to our people as well. Verse 63 says, "I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed." And nobody's helping you, tribes, man. Nobody's helping you, so-called black and brown people. And if they do help you, it's only for their advantage in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay. It says, "So I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath is sustained me. My wrath sustained me. I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth." The Lord is coming to kill. That's what he's coming to do. All right, that is exactly what the Lord is coming to do. The Lord is coming to kill. He's not coming to pass out candy, give everybody hugs. The Lord is coming to kill for his people. All right, there's going to be a war that's going on in the world already. But when the Lord comes, It's going to be the end all be all. Okay. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse. All right, I'm gonna start at 27. But if you read up, the Lord is telling you to be aware of the false prophets, false prophets, um, false anointings, and things like that. And then I seen this video today where this Jake was talking about he's homeless out in the woods, but he called himself the Lord. He called himself Yahushua, Yahushua Mashiach. All right, he's not the Lord. All right, in any case, but he claimed himself to be the Lord. All right, but that's things that you got to look out for. Okay. So starting at 27, it says, "For as the lightning cometh out of the east," I'm reading the KJV now, "and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." All right, everybody gonna see the Lord when he comes. Okay, let me go here. This is Revelation 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall well because of him, even so Amen." All right, so everybody gonna see the Lord, man. There's not gonna be not one person here that's alive that's gonna see the Lord. Okay. It says here, "For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together." And the carcasses are dead bodies, and the eagles are over the dead bodies, but it's showing you that's a sign, saying like, "Oh, there goes some eagles flying around," or eagles, or what are those other birds? Vultures. All right. If you see them making circles around in the sky, then you should know that there's something down there that they're preying on to eat. That's a dead body, and they just waiting on a turn to strike it. This is shown as a sign. Okay, this precept just means it's a sign. All right, verse 29. It says here, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory," just like we just read in Revelation 1:7. So lucky it's not Revelations. The Lord's coming with the clouds of heaven, those chariots. Okay, it says here, verse 31, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven unto the other." And that's what we wait for, to be beamed up. Okay. We keep reading. It says here, "Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." What's at the door? The return of the Lord. All right, we got people in other countries going through sedition. All right, well, let me say this: protesting, uproars of the people. You got earthquakes going on everywhere. You got wars and rumors of wars. Okay, you got famine. All right, whether it's natural or orchestrated. Okay, you got pestilences going on. See in the video, there's like 5 worldwide pestilences going on right now. Okay, and the news ain't gonna report on things like this, like you see in social media, but you also got to look at social media and then go do some research behind what you see. Okay. Then you got economic turmoil going on in America. All right. You got this nigga Donald Trump wanting to pay $1.8 billion to people that was wrongly mistreated by the government during their protest a couple years ago. But the people in America can barely feed themselves. Right. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Okay. These are things that you need to be looking at to see that the Lord is on his way back, because the days are only going to get worse as we continue to as time continues to go on. Verse 36 says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be." Okay. Verse 238, it says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be." People gonna be out here partying, living it up, doing whatever they gotta do, and then bam, unexpectedly, the Lord gonna show up. Okay. Let's go here, Revelation 19. This is Revelation 19, and you see it says the coming of Hamashiach. It says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war." This is what Yahawashi is doing. He's judging. He's going to come here and judge rightly, as he did when he was on the earth the first time. But upon his return this time, he's going to be making war. All right, let's look at this word war so people can understand. So even I can understand better, okay? Because I got to get a better understanding. So my fear of the Lord can increase. Right, the word for war.
Strong's G 4170. Polymeo. Polymeo.
To war, carry on war, to fight. So there's going to be a fight going on. All right, let's look at this word war. War, it says a state of armed conflict between different nations or states or groups or different groups within a nation or state. All right, so there's going to be global war, World War III. There's going to be Civil War here in America, race riots. All right, all this stuff is brewing up. Right, everything is brewing up. It's like a pot, just that's on the stove. It is. You got it on high heat, but it takes time for the heat, for the water or the grease or whatever that's in there to start boiling. Okay, but then you're gonna have a what is it? War within the realms. Okay, all right. What I mean by the earthly realm and the spiritual realm. Okay, all right. The Lord is coming from the spiritual realm to fight here in the earthly realm, and we know who's going to win. All right, we know. All right, but continuing on, it says here, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And we know the name of the Lord is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahawashi. It says, "And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of Yahweh." All right, and that goes back. This vesture dipped in blood goes back to Isaiah 63. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he should rule them with the rod of iron. And he that treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power, which is of Yahweh. Okay. But again, this is another reference to Isaiah 63. And on his head, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right. And the Lord is coming, man. He's coming. Okay. Yeah, Yahawashi is coming back, man. And I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm also afraid. All right. But Lord will is edified to the next time. Shalom.